Hi there, Miss Brown here. Today we'll begin our study of the cell. And what I want you to remember, you've had some really great lessons through your career on the cell, but now we're really going to be studying the cell and how it functions and how all the organelles on the inside actually function to make this very basic unit of life. So you have your organizer that I supplied you with, or you printed off the Google Drive link that I sent to you. So first of all, cell, that is the basic unit of life. And this word cytology, that is the study of cell. Whenever you see cyto, C-Y-T-O, that has to do with the cell itself. So first, let's talk about some of our early cytologists or scientists who studied the cell. Some of these are a review. Hooke, of course, named the cell. Leeuwenhoek, Hooke, we've learned about him. He saw the first living cells under the microscope. And then we have Schleiden and Schwann. In every biology class you ever have, you'll learn about Schleiden and Schwann. And they both said that organisms were made of cells. But the easy way to remember, think about Schwann, think about a swan, that beautiful bird, and it's an animal. And he said all animals are made of cells. And for Schleiden, then you have plants. And those were very brave ideas in their day. And then we have Virchow. He said that cells only come from other cells. There were some beliefs back then that cells just magically appeared, spontaneous generation type ideas. But he said the cell must come from another cell. And then there's Brown, and that's not me, of course. This was much before my time. Brown discovered the cell's nucleus. And then Desjardins named the cell cytoplasm. Now, I have a video that I'm going to send to you later on in our study, and it really brings these fellas to life. And it tells you the story behind the story, and they're not just names on a page. It gives some of their personalities and some of the struggles they had with themselves and with each other in this study. So now let's talk about the cell theory. And theory means these are basic ideas about the cell. You may have to write this on the back of the page. There's not room there. There's 3 of them. The first one is that all living things are made of cells. The second one is that cells are the basic units of structure and function for life. And of course, the third is that all cells arise from pre-existing cells. And keep in mind, you can stop this presentation whenever you need to finish taking down your notes. Now, cell size. Small is best, and most of them are microscopic. And the big deal about a small cell is that makes it more efficient because it has a larger surface area to volume ratio. So it's easier for things to get in, to diffuse or come in through osmosis, and it's easier for waste to leave the cell. A large cell is much less efficient, and it's harder for those things to happen in a timely fashion. Now, shape. What I want you to remember about shape is these are 3D shapes, and we'll do some drawings. We're going to look at them in books. You will probably do some diagrams yourself, but keep in mind when you draw that round circle of an animal cell, it's a sphere. It's shaped more like a globe. Also, cubes, plant cells are more cuboidal, but it's an actual cube. It's not just a flat square on your page. And there's many other shapes of cells. 2 that come to mind in the human body are the nerve cells. They're nothing like a sphere or a cube, most of them, and sperm cells. So there are other shapes of cells, but basically a sphere and cube, think about animal and plant cells respectively. Now, cell number. A unicellular organism is just one cell because uni means one, like bacteria, some fungi, and then multicellular is a many-celled organism. That's more what you're familiar with. And multicellular organisms have something we call cell specialization. Like in your body, you have cells that perform certain jobs. Like the red blood cell is perfect for traveling through your vessels. It's shaped like an inner tube, like you would go down a water slide with. But imagine if your bone cell tried to do that. Right, so the bone cell is good for its job. So it has this cell specialization. We have certain cells that have certain jobs in the organism. Now, cell diversity refers to the different kinds of cells like I just talked about. Compare a brain cell to a blood cell to the sperm cell to a bone cell. So they all have different functions, but they all basically have the same parts. Now, there are 2 kinds of cell types. You all come to me from the middle school thinking pro meaning no, and that means no nucleus. So whenever you hear the word prokaryotic, immediately I want you to think bacteria. That's the only place you'll find prokaryotic cells, bacteria. They have no nucleus. The DNA is loose inside the cytoplasm of the cell. Bacteria, pro means no nucleus. And then we have eukaryotic cells, and that's what most of our cell study is going to be about, because we're going to learn about these more complex cells with things called organelles. They have a nucleus, and it's everything except bacteria. Everything except bacteria is a eukaryotic cell. And we'll end this presentation here.